Hello everyone, Nightmare Nemo here, and welcome to Scary Town, the Goosebumps and Fear State review show. This is not actually a review. This is a return to something that I did previously called Let's Read Give Yourself Goosebumps. And that was I think it was the tale of the creeping coffin. Tale of the creeping coffin. So I decided to bring it back, but kind of switch things up and do it in a different format. So what you'll be seeing this in video form, but I'm also planning to release this as a just pure audio form in like a podcast. So you can choose the way you want to enjoy this. So getting into the rules for this. So let's read Give Yourself Goosebumps is basically it's what it sounds. I'm going to be reading to you guys a randomly chosen uh, Give Yourself Goosebumps book where the objective is for me to reach a happy ending. So I'm leaving myself with two tries, so I reach two bad ends. And the first time I've done this, it didn't go too well. So maybe this time we'll get that happy ending. So we'll see what happens. So this time around, I randomly chosen. So since these books are actually really hard to find, I only have a handful of them. So, and there's like 50 of them. So I entered like them into a random number generator, and it came up with number two, surprisingly. So number two, I'm gonna like right here is gonna be where the cover is. So the one we're doing this time is TikTok, You're Dead. And so I've been using my tablet here to be going over it. And of course, it's, reader beware, you choose a scare. More than 20 different endings. And this is pretty much what they all say. Beware, do not read this book from beginning to end. Your little brother Denny runs off by himself in the huge Museum of Natural History building. You try not to. You try to find him. I almost said like you try not to find him because that's what I would do. It's like screw you, Denny. I don't know, find you, you annoying piece of crap. Anyway, but instead you discover the laboratory of the strange Dr. Peebles. The scientist volunteers you to test his new time machine. Wow, you think I'm going to be the first time traveling kid ever. Then Denny runs right into the machine and vanishes. Ooh. Well, your brother's not lost in the museum anymore. Now he's lost in time. You have to find him again. But where? In the distant past where fierce dinosaurs roam? Or in medieval times, battling with knights and wizards? Sure. Maybe in the future where robots rule over humans. Sure. The one thing you know for sure is you must find Denny in 2 hours or he'll be lost forever. Oh, what a tragedy. You're in control of this scary adventure. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Starting page one. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page one now to give yourself goosebumps. Okay, so now we're getting into it. Okay, so go ahead and starting. What a crummy vacation. You, your little brother Denny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things like visit the Statue of Liberty, ride to the top of the Empire State Building, and ice skate at Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. Oh, wow. What does that even mean? It's entertaining, your mom says as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. Oh, jeez. I don't want to learn about history, it's so lame. It's educational, your dad declares as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one listens. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little red-haired brother Denny. Only Denny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. He's a rebel. Wants to strike on his own. It's a one-man band. Only Denny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents through the Museum of Natural History. At first, it's kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mom cries. You rush to the next room expecting something exciting, but your mom is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful, she exclaims. An exhibit on time. Ooh, how timely. Great, you think a whole room full of clocks. Boring. And then gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. What? What the hell? I'm nervous, this guy. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me. Yes, I am, you reply, punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. Damn it. The struggle is real. I'm thirsty, Denny says now. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. It's a record for him, I guess. Can you find a drinking fountain for Denny, dear? Your mom asks without taking her eyes off a grandfather clock. Oh no, we're in for it now. Come on, you grab Denny's hand, but Denny pulls away and runs down the hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of either Denny or a water fountain, but near the end of the hall you see a sign on the door. Warning! Dangerous experiment inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Going to page 3. A dangerous experiment? What does that mean? Does it mean it's dangerous? I don't know how words work. I'm just a child. You wonder. You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no! Denny must have run in here, you think. What? Slightly open. But it is supposed to be kept locked. How does Denny know how to pick locks? I don't know. You push the door open wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long white hair tied in a ponytail is bent over a computer. Oh no! Old man with a ponytail. This is scary. It's horrifying. I just peed myself. And the computer is hooked up to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. Okay. It's about time you got here. How many... Someone should do like a count of how many times they make a reference to time. Okay. The tall man says, straighten up. I'm Dr. Peebles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, says say, I'm looking for... There's no time to waste. Oh, he said it again. Dr. Peebles interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, Here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. Oh dear. This is getting beyond PG. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch. A very, very odd stopwatch with a complicated looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready, Dr. Peeble asks. Boy, howdy am I. Turn to page 4. So, ready for what, you ask? Why, the Why, to travel in time, of course. You'll be the first human in history to use my traveling chronometer. Chronometer? You echo. What's that? He points the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time. Oh, jeez. So much time. You start to say, but he interrupts again. Of course you have time. Oh, God. Stop. Dr. Peoples goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the past or future. When you return to the present, it will be the same moment that you left. It will be as if you weren't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, Dr. Peoples. It says Dr. Peoples. Press the button on the left side to travel to the past. Press the button on the right for the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. Cool. You think, what if this guy's invention really works? Traveling in time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Peoples says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. Hurry to page 5 or you die. You think for a moment Dr. Peoples obviously believes you're someone else. But a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bulls all day. And since you return at the exact time You left, you'll still be able to find Denny, return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. A perfect crime. Time crime, okay. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? Yeah, okay, so we're at a crossroads here. If you choose to volunteer for Dr. People's experiment, turn to page 71. If you think you'd better stay and look for Denny, turn to page 62. So, I mean, come on, like, you're a kid, you know, you have the opportunity to travel in time. I mean, you'd be a fool not to. So, let's go ahead and do it. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Peoples. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some numbers into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange, shimmering glow. The chrono port is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing the frame. I only need to adjust. There's a sprocket, and the corkscrew, and wibbly-wimey, timey-wimey. But before you continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing towards you. Denny, you cry. He's headed straight for the chrono port. You can't go in there. You're not the boss of me, Denny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before it disappears completely. I think that's Denny's like catchphrase, so I'm always imagining like whenever he says that, they'll have like the canned laughter of the audience going like ha ha ha, you know, laughing. It's funny. It's funny because he's you know, he's a rebel. Oh no, Dr. People cries. He went before I made the final sentence. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness. Forever. Forever. That's a long time. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Denny. Oh, wow. And then they'll resent you forever, and this is better all around. This emotional trauma, and she's scarred for life, and that's fun. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. People tells you. I better make those adjustments to the chrono port so you don't disappear into timelessness. 2. You stare at the scientist as he fills with a time machine. You can't believe it. This guy is really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Peoples goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise, the device will bring only one of you back. Oh, so many rules. Okay, no problem, you say, but where did Denny go? The future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back. You'll have to guess. Sounds kind of lame. I mean, don't you have like some kind of device to like track, you know, where a subject has gone through time? You know, it seems like that would make sense. But in this context, no, it's kind of defeat the purpose. Because if you knew like where exactly you went, then it would be like super easy, and you know, the book would be like 15 pages. Okay, you touch the chronometer around your neck. It begins measuring real time the moment Denny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide, are you more likely to find Denny in the past or in the future? Travel to the future or travel to the past? Okay. So another crossroads again. So let's go ahead and travel to the future, because I always want to go to the future. So that's what we're doing. I think my brother went to the future, you announced. I hope you're right. Dr. Peel punches into that computer key. Are you ready? Step through the chronoport. You enter the glowing frame. As you move through it, you feel a strange tingling sensation. One more thing, Dr. People calls out. His voice sounds far away. Before you can return, remember what? Remember that I love you, even though I hardly know you, but I feel a connection. Anyways, what? You cry as his words fade away. What was he saying? Ahead of you in the mist are 2 scenes. A big, futuristic living city with small cars firing around like planes. Okay, that's pretty stereotypical. Another view seems to be of New York City. You recognize a few buildings, like one World Trade Center and the Empire State Building. Okay. As you watch a small red-haired boy who looks like Denny disappears behind another tall building, but is it really your brother? Make a decision. Is Denny in the strange city? If so, turn to page 101. Where is the red-haired boy in New York City found out? Okay. Is Denny in the strange city, or is he in New York? Let's go. I think he's in New York. Let's go with that. That sounds logical. You glide through the mist toward the New York City street where you saw the red-haired boy honking. Taxis, buses, and trucks zip along the street. Tall buildings surround you. On the streets, people are shouting, arguing, and laughing. Oh, it's the melting pot of emotions. Uh-oh, this looks exactly like New York City in the present. Maybe something went wrong with the chronometer. You glance around for the red-haired kid you saw, but you don't see him anywhere. You approach a corner newsstand. Excuse me, you say to the vendor. Can you tell me how to get to the Museum of Natural History? What do I look like, an information booth? He snaps back at you. Never mind, you mutter. Who needs your sass? It's certainly not me. And you notice a stack of newspapers. The one on the top has tomorrow's date. You're in the future, alright? One crummy day in the future. Ah, jeez. No failure. You think you're about to push the right-hand button on the chronometer to travel further into the future when something makes you gasp. Find out what it is on page 77. Oh, it's probably something not that scary. Strolling down the block in front of you is a familiar-looking family. A father, a mother, and two kids. There's a very good reason why the family looks so familiar. It's your family. You watch as your mom, dad, and Denny and you continue down the block. Your parents are talking to each other, and you and Denny seem to be arguing. Some things will never change. Yeah, sure. You watch as Denny gives you a cry or chop in the arm, and you punch him back. It feels so strange to watch yourself like this. There are two of you in the same place. What would happen if you spoke to your future self? Dire consequences to the timeline. You just don't ever do that. That's stupid. You watch as Denny... okay. You still haven't decided what to do when your family reaches the corner. The light changes and they start to cross to the other side of the street. A moment later, you hear frightened screams and shouts, and then loud honking. You turn toward the noise. A green truck is speeding down the street. There's no sign of slowing down, and it's headed straight toward your family. Oh no, you're gonna be erased from history. You're gonna die. The truck picks up speed as it approaches the corner. There's no way your family can get out of the way. In another moment, they will be flattened like pancakes, and there's nothing you can do but, pour some syrup on them and just take out a fork and just dig in. This good people pancakes are delicious. But maybe you touch the chronometer. Maybe you can go back in time to stop the accident before it happens. Should you go back in the past few minutes to try to stop your family, or go back further in time and try to stop the truck? Let's try to stop the truck. Okay, you gotta stop the truck. That's the only way to save your family. Actually, there was another way to save my family, but I chose this path. But for now, we're gonna say that, this was the only decision we could make, because we're smart and we made the right decision. Quickly, you push the button on the chronometer, but a moment later, you're on the same New York City street. Uh-oh, maybe the chronometer didn't work. Or maybe you're stupid and you're not paying attention. Then you notice a tall billboard with a digital clock and calendar. How convenient to show that we actually succeeded. It's the same day, all right, but an hour earlier. Whew. For now, your family is safe, but you have to track down the truck and make sure nothing happens. So, it's convenient that there's the billboard with the digital clock and the calendar, just to making sure we're in the right time. But when did you think the chronometer would have like a clock on it or something? Unless I missed a detail or something. For now, your family's safe, but you have to track down the truck, make sure nothing happens. You remember seeing Herring Brothers Deliveries on the truck's side panel. Quickly, you look up the number and address in the phone book. Herring Brothers is only a few blocks away. Gee, Herring Brothers. I hope this is not a red herring. What are you waiting for? You only have an hour. Turn to page 18. Okay. Herring Brothers is a big garage on the ground floor of a large, high-rise building. You step inside. There are just a few trucks. The only green one is easy to spot by the far wall. In a booth by another wall, a woman with a microphone and headset sits behind a glass window. She's a dispatcher for the delivery firm. Maybe you can stop her from sending out the truck, or would it be better to talk to the truck driver himself? No, let's talk to the dispatcher. That sounds good. Okay. Excuse me, you say to the dispatcher. Can you help me? She slides open the glass window and says, Here you are. Finally, you're late. Why do people keep mistaking me for somebody else? I'm just like a kid. Do I look like I work around here? Or Do I look like I'm a volunteer for a science experiment? Okay. She obviously thinks you're one of the shipping clerks. What? This... What? How does that make any sense? You're about to explain when she points to a red truck. Red truck? Herring company? This is red herring. You gotta load those crates right now, she says about it. Abe doesn't like to be kept waiting. You look in the direction he's pointing and you see that the red truck is parked right near the green truck. The truck you have to stop. Maybe this is your chance to delay the green truck. But I don't just know how to drive, and I'm not even sure if his foot can reach the pedal. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this. Quick, head over to page 46. Abe doesn't like to be kept waiting. And neither do I, and neither do you. So we get into this. You walk over to the loading area, hoping you'll be able to convince someone to stop the green truck. But how? What are you doing, daydreaming? Abe bellows. He's a huge, scary man. Start loading now. You lift the first crate. It's heavy, but you manage to hoist it back into the truck. Back to the truck. That wasn't so bad. It's the next 30 or so that will wear you out. What? I'm just a kid. I have to load this truck with like 30 crates? Are you kidding? What is this? Fiction? Your back is breaking, but every time you stop, even for a second, Abe is there saying, load! You keep an eye on the green truck as you load. To your horror, you see the driver of the green truck climbing into the front seat and getting ready to go. You've got to stop him. You start to run over to him, but Abe is coming around the corner. Can you get away from Abe? That's a matter of luck. Are you wearing something green today? No. If you're not, 63. You're heading over to the green truck when you feel Abe's heavy hand on your back. Get in, he says, shoving you back into the red truck. You've got to unload at the other end, he slams the door. You're locked in. There's no way you can help your family now. Oh boy, we're screwed. You're squeezed in with all the boxes you've loaded, but even though you loaded dozens of them, you never really looked at them. Some light is coming in from the crack in the roof so you can make out the address on the boxes. Brookdale Laboratory. Then you notice that there are small holes in the boxes. You put your eye right against one of the holes and you see an eye staring back at you. Creepy! It's probably just an animal test subject. Mice. The boxes are full of mice, white mice to be used at the lab for research. Looking at the mice gives you an idea. I'm getting kind of peckish. I'm gonna eat one of these mice. This is a good snack. Look into the mice. Okay. As fast as you can, you start opening the boxes and release the mice. Before there are mice all over the truck. Help! Help! You scream, begging on the back of the truck. Will anyone hear you? Yes, the door of the truck opens. There's Abe, looking absolutely shocked as mice scamper out of the truck and all over the loading dock. Hey, you! You hear Abe call to the driver of the green truck. Get out of that truck and help us clear up this mess. Congratulations, time traveler. The truck drivers are so busy chasing white mice that the green truck doesn't get to the intersection until way after your family is out of there. You did it. You're a hero. You saved your family and you saved the lives of 2,000 white mice. What? Whoa, what? What? Oh, wow. Okay, so... Wow, we actually won. So we're a hero and we saved the family. And I freed a bunch of the white mice so they won't be using horrible experiments. Yes, we did it. We won on our first try. That's so good. Oh, cool. Wow. So I don't know what else to say. So yeah. That was that went pretty swimmingly. I didn't think it would go that well. So that was TikTok, you're dead, and we're not dead, and we saved our family, and we saved the future, to save the present, to preserve the past, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not making any sense. So that was a thing that we did. Obviously not as exciting as traveling in time that I thought it was. So we only traveled one day in time. So that's the thing, I guess. If you want me to revisit this to see what else could happen, just let me guys know if you want to see more of this. Otherwise, next time we'll randomly choose another book. Just, not this one. So thanks so much for watching and or listening, and we'll see you guys next time with another Give Yourself Goosebumps, and we'll see if we can. We're like 1-1 at this point, so the next one is going to be the tiebreaker to see if we are successful or we're going to fail again. So until next time, I'm Nemo, and I'll see ya.